I've been feeling nostalgic lately for Ben 10. For those that don't know, Ben 10 was a Cartoon Network show about Ben Tennyson, who finds a strange alien device called the Omnitrix, and it did what it did, letting itself onto Ben's wrist. Now he can transform into 10 aliens with superpowers. This basic idea gets expanded upon in later seasons and shows, adding new aliens alongside threats for Ben and Co. to save the day. But let's get to the point of this video. What could a Ben 10 Transformers crossover be like? Now, since Ben 10 is about Ben transforming into different aliens, it's a bit of a no-brainer that thematically this crossover works, and even Ben has an alien representative that can work. But first, Ben 10 also has a few vehicles that can also work for this crossover, and what better way to start off this video than with the Rust Bucket, one of, if not the most iconic vehicle from Ben 10. Based on the GMC motorhome, the Rust Bucket also fits in Transformers from a time period perspective, as its production is from the early to late 70s. Yes, that's 10 years before Transformers, but I would imagine there would still be at least a few of them still around on the roads in the 80s. But back on track with Ben 10, this motorhome is owned by Ben's grandpa Max, who's a semi-retired plumber in Ben 10. Plumbers are basically the men in black, keeping the Earth safe from alien threats in the classic show. I bring up Max's plumber business, as he tricked out the Rust Bucket to have jet boosters, a battering ram, and lasers. Yet the toilet and AC don't work properly. I can see the jet boosters and the battering ram becoming the Rust Bucket's jetpack and shield respectively in weapon mode. Also, the Rust Bucket even has a recolor in the creatively named Rust Bucket 2. After classic Ben 10 ended, we got Ben 10 Alien Force and Ultimate Alien. Here we have a few new vehicles, and the most well-known one being Kevin 11's car, which is almost a spitting image of Cybertron Downshift. So I can possibly see them just repeating that mode and calling it a day, or like what they did with the Back to the Future crossover toy, use it as a template for the Ben 10 crossover. Going back to the car itself, in its last appearance of Kevin's original car, it transformed into a battle mode, and the weaponry that popped out of it could be accessories for this crossover figure. Sticking with cars, Ben got his own car with the Mark 10, and it has repaint straight out of the gate, as it's made its first appearance in Ben 10 second live-action film, Ben 10 Alien Swarm, where it sports a more simple design with the green sticking to the bottom of the car before it moves up to meet up with the green spoiler. While in the cartoon, it forms an X across the hood, then it moves back down to stick to the bottom of the car before it jumps back up again to meet with the green spoiler. Like with Kevin's car, I can see Samsung Crossfire is possibly being used as a basis for transforming Mark 10, though I do think the Mark 10 will get its own mode instead. Also, we could get accessories that show off what defenses that it supposedly has, but we never see, though that could just be a canon to the Alien Swarm version of the Mark 10. And I can't talk about the Mark 10 without mentioning the joke of Ben keeping a spare Echo in the trunk. The X-Men crossover toy did come with a few figures, so it is a possibility for the Mark 10 to come with an Echo figure, or even just a joke detail in the trunk, where when you open it, there's an Echo molded into it. Lastly, for the rear fare of Ben 10, and crossing into Omniverse, we have the Rust Bucket 3, a spaceship that Ben used for space adventures. While I still think it's an odd name to give a ship that's not an old clunker, although Omniverse giving the ship a similar colour scheme and a massive redesign can make the name fit a bit better, and yeah, Omniverse gave the ship a massive redesign, changing it from a sleek Concorde-like spaceship to a motorhome with wings and a booster pack glued to the back. I can see either or even both designs making it into a potential Ben 10 crossover line, as the original feels like a retool of the Silver Road that's coming out, with the Omniverse design being its own thing, alongside just, since it's more bulkier, it gives them more space to work with, to look more accurate, but also giving it a cleaner robot mode. Now talking about Ben 10 Omniverse, Ben also gets a new partner in that show, Rook, who has his own vehicle, the Proto Truck, which can already transform as it can switch between a box truck form and a flying form. All they need really do for it is to give it a robot mode, whereas it does kind of get in the show as it becomes a Megazord for one episode. Which means we move on to the most obvious answer for this crossover idea. That's right, upgrade. This goo-like nanotech alien can develop around any piece of tech and upgrade it, mostly giving said tech weapons of some kind, or simply turning a laptop into a walking laptop to massive grin. Upgrade was even used to turn Kevin's car into a transformer, with that same episode that Rook's Proto Truck got turned into a Megazord. In fact, Upgrade himself could even just be his own crossover toy, by simply making him a vaporizer urbanizer. So he could latch on to any different transformer and upgrade them. So they could even just replay any random transformer and give them upgrades, a tech pattern, and packing alongside them that upgrade urbanizer to fully get across what Ben does when he upgrades any piece of tech. I can't talk about Upgrade without mentioning Ship, an alien who's obviously the same race as Upgrade, but Ship works slightly differently from Upgrade, as he can straight up just consume and mimic anything any piece of tech he latches to, which means he can fully transform into his gunship form at will. He can also form armor for humans to wear, which I think could work as the basis for the weapon mode for gunship ship, alongside maybe finding a way to have a form that's ship's base form. But back round to Kevin's car, it got badly damaged after fighting the Megazord proto truck, and while the proto truck just got repaired, Kevin got a whole brand new car. So that could be a retool of the Kevin's car crossover toy. But there's one way truly for this video to end, as the weapon mode for Kevin's first car was also used for the basis for Ben's own Cybertronian transformation, Decimus Prime. Well, Decimus Prime himself is not canon. He was so designed by the main art director for Ben 10 Omniverse, the late Derek J. Wyatt, the same man behind Transformers Animated. So Decimus Prime is already the most official design for a Transformers Ben 10 crossover toy, while not being canon officially. With that, we're at the end of this video. I know there's still a few more vehicles that could be in a Ben 10 Transformers crossover, like Rogue Access Ship, but these are the major ones I wanted to go over, especially since the villains so far haven't been in the recent crossover toys, unless it's Dre Joe or the few new Star Wars crossover toys. But what do you think? Are there any other vehicles from Ben 10 you think that could work? And are there other aliens besides Upgrade you think that could be added into the Ben 10 Transformers crossover? But in any event, thank you for watching.